It's Burning Rain right here on your Classic Metal Show, featuring the guitar work of our good friend Doug Aldrich.
Yes.
And that's a rockin' tune right there. Doug Aldrich, another one of those guys who does not get the recognition that I think he deserves. Very underrated guitarist.
Oh, he definitely is, man. I was actually today, I was watching a couple of videos of that Raiden the Rock Vault.
Yeah.
And he is so good on that.
He is, dude. I mean, I got to hang out with him on a couple of occasions, and you know, not only is he a fantastic guitarist, but the guy is just as one of the nicest people you could ever meet.
He is. He definitely is. Which is probably the reason why he's never been super successful. You got to be somewhat of a dick to fucking make it seems like.
Well, I mean, he's made it. I mean, he's had his share of success, you know, obviously playing with Dio and playing with Whitesnake and doing the Raiding the Rock Vault and having his own bands, you know, with Lion and Burning Rain. And
what I mean is he never had a big one.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, I mean, Burning Rain should have been bigger. Honestly, that's a good band, but you know, he never had his own. He jumped in Dio after Dio was sort of over.
Yeah, true.
He was in Whitesnake after Whitesnake was sort of over. You know, it's not like he was one of those guys that was like, you know, CC DeVille of Poison. You know, and certainly I'm not comparing.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right that as an original project that blew up, he did not have that success.
Which sucks because he has the talent of 10 of those guys. Isn't it funny when you look at the bands that did have success and the guys that you know, didn't, the Richie Kotzens or the Doug Aldridges of the world that are just fucking unbelievable players, but just never found the, you know, the right set of guys around them to blow up. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's as good, in my opinion, he's as good as a Lynch.
I would say.
Or anybody like that.
He's very, very fucking talented.
Mm-hmm.
And just never was in the right project for that, I guess.
Yeah. Well, he had a really promising start with the band Lion.
Sure.
You know, they were on an upward trajectory, and they just did not peak.
Yeah, it just fizzled.
But they were a great band.
Mm-hmm. But yet, Motley Crue had Mick Mars, and nothing against Mick. I mean, he's okay, but was he really a super talented player?
No, not at all.
And obviously CC DeVille could barely play guitar. And fucking, even like Cinderella. You know, what's his name?
Jeff LaBar? Or Tom
Jeff
Kiefer?
LaBar. Jeff LaBar. He's an average guitar player.
Yeah, he's average. Tom Kiefer, he's a monster, though.
Player?
Yeah, as a guitar player, yeah. Tom Kiefer is amazing. I mean, if it was not for Tom Kiefer, Cinderella would have never been the band that they were.
Sure.
Because he, you know, he's the talent of that band. Not that the other guys didn't contribute, but Tom Kiefer has proven, going out on the road as the Tom Kiefer band, that he was the talent of that band.
Right. Well, you know, it is weird how it all works out that way, though, isn't it? That, you know, and even Kiefer, I mean, let's be honest, as talented as he is, solo, he hasn't blown up. I mean, he hasn't been able to sustain it.
True.
You know, I mean, it's been 30 years since Cinderella's been a thing, and, you know, a recording thing, and, you know, he's a mid-level touring on the hits guy. You know, he's the same as Rad or Dokken or whatever these days. You know, playing 1,000 people and happy doing it. But yeah, again, I'm not shitting on any of these bands. I'm just saying that there are some of these guys that are mad talented that just didn't get.
I
guess it just pisses me off that. Okay, we'll use Tom Kiefer as an example. As talented as he is, I didn't even know he was a great guitar player. I just knew that he's a really good frontman. And he's been through vocal surgery and everything else, and he's a mid-sized band today. And fucking Vince Neil goes out there, half-asses it every single night, and probably makes twice the money.
Yeah, because he was in Motley Crue.
Yeah,
and he never wrote any of the songs.
No, and just doesn't have any of the fucking talent.
No.
Just none. But he's still making that money. It's crazy.
True. Well, last week I noticed Joe Cleon jumped into our chat room.
Mm-hmm.
Joe joined us on the show in the second half of the show.
Sure.
And he brought with him a segment that we did, which I noticed did not make our YouTube because of the copyright shit.
Yeah, I moved it over to BitChute, which is an offshoot of YouTube. But
okay, I wasn't aware of that.
It's there and it's on Spreaker, but yeah, YouTube had the copyright violation.
I'm sure they did. But strangely enough, according to the numbers that segment did, it did just as many numbers as any of our other segments without the YouTube play.
Of course, it was interesting. It was fun.
Yeah, it was. Well, our fake producer, Wheezy, pointed out something to me that I was not aware of after 10 years of playing the song week after week after week.
Okay.
He let me know, and I'm sure you were not aware of this, that our own classic metal show theme song has backward messages in it.
What?
It does.
No way.
It does.
Come on. Not believing this.
Okay. Well, he sent it over to me, and he pointed it out.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, here it is.
Sydney lærte nærfor ceiling. Chris likes menstrual blood. Neely's future girlfriend is currently in preschool.
Wow, I never heard it that way before.
I never did either. I was not aware.
Had no idea. It's funny. Fucking Wheezy.
So I thought I'd share that with the fans.
Now, if Wheezy wants to do that bumper right, though, he should not do the first half with the backward. He should just make it so that you don't hear it.
Yeah.
When you play it backwards, you hear it.
There you go. So just take out the backward thing.
Right.
And then play it. So let's play that again.
All right.
Sydney lærte nærfor ceiling. Chris likes menstrual blood. Neely's future girlfriend is currently in preschool.
Bet you didn't know that, did you?
Did not know.
I didn't either.
Too funny.
Revelations abound.
Yeah.
People are very inspired by this show.
I have to call Sheldon tomorrow and say, dude, what the fuck? What were you trying to say back then?
What was Ozzy trying to say here?
Get the gun. Get the gun.
Shoot, 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 shoot. Exactly.
Get the blood. Get the blood. Squirt, 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 squirt.
Right. Let me see here. Oh, did you happen to see that Scott from Snoo hit us up?
Scott from Snoo?
Yeah, the band Snoo.
No, I didn't.
Scott Thomas.
Oh, he's the publicist. Was he want to do something with Snoo?
Yeah. He says, hey, what's up? Scott here. I hope all is well with you and that you are having a banner year.
All right.
Real quick, would you have an interest here in covering my new band Snoo?
Yeah, I think he's just repping them, I'm assuming.
Yeah, my new band Snoo.
Yeah. Because Curtis Don is Snoo.
Yeah, I know that.
You know? Sure, Scott. We would certainly do something with Snoo.
He said he sent one to you.
Sent what?
The electronic press kit.
Oh, well, I'll look. If it's there. If it's there, I'll send it to you, and you can do that interview. How's that?
Yeah, pal.
I've been hoarding them lately with the Aldo Nova and the Jakey Lee.
Yeah, you give me all the second-rate ones.
Yeah, like Professor Black. And,
yeah, pal.
You said, fuck that. I'm going to go fucking change my tires instead. Oh, do you want to do Snoo?
Oh, I don't care. They're a good band. We like them.
We like them, and their music's always good.
Yeah, so, I still love that video that Pull My Stinger.
Yeah, Pull My Stinger. That was a good
one. That chick in that video.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's just something about her. She's got a really good attitude about that whole video where she's like pouring honey all over herself.
You can't go wrong there.
I know, but just I don't know. She just has that like cool chick attitude about her. She's like kind of jamming on that guitar in her bikini,
right?
And then she's like pouring that big old jar of honey all over her. I mean, if you've never seen the video, look it up on YouTube. It's Snew, S-N-E-W, and it's called Pull My Stinger.
Right.
Just a good video. That chick was pretty cool.
Yeah. Good stuff. Like Snew. And it isn't Curtis Don is like heavily involved in Nalbandian's.
Well, he's the music director.
Yeah, he's involved in all that shit.
He's big time with Bob.
Yeah. That's his claim to fame now, more than Snew.
More or less.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you see any of the Bob Nalbandian productions, you'll always see Curtis Don Vito listed there because he does a lot of the music production and direction and all that good stuff.
Don't bother with that though. Just wait to see our names. That's what's important. That our names are on those videos.
So looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure. Let's hook up Snoo and find out what's going with that.
All right. Yeah, we definitely will.
All right. I think you kind of covered this. I saw this at one point on your Facebook.
Okay.
These people who go out and protest.
Yeah.
That get out in the road.
Yeah.
They'll lay out in the road or they'll block traffic. I saw your argument there that as soon as somebody sues somebody for forced imprisonment or kidnapping, right. Mm-hmm. These people will continue doing these kind of things.
Right, sure.
So a guy, a 60-year-old who mistook a cyclist laying in the road for a scarecrow, he drove over him in a 4x4 and been jailed for a year.
He jailed him. They put him in jail for what?
It's a chick. It's a woman.
What they put her in jail for? What's the charge?
Well, we'll find out.
All right.
A 60-year-old woman was today jailed after she stopped her 4x4 in front of a man lying in the road, but mistook him for a scarecrow, and then drove straight over him.
Nice.
He was laying in the road.
I just like that she just ran him over.
Yeah. Marion Watt was driving home from her friend's house when she spotted Lawrence John, 55, laying in the country lane and stopped her Toyota Land Cruiser. But despite getting out of the vehicle to check on Mr. John, Watt decided he was simply a scarecrow and got back in her heavyweight 4x4 and crushed him.
But do me this favor. Please tell me that he's dead.
No, he's not dead.
Damn! So then it was a waste.
She left Mr. John with multiple broken bones and a punctured lung.
She should have ran him over like Frank Vincent at the end of The Sopranos.
Yeah, exactly.
Head just got fucking smushed. Why was he laying in the road?
Well,
are we going to get to that?
Let's find out here.
All right.
A court today heard it was a truly catastrophic lapse of judgment on her part. Mr. John, who had been walking home from a pub, had serious breaks in his pelvis, ribs, and spine, as well as a punctured lung and a cut on the back of his head. And in a harrowing impact statement he read to the court, Mr. John said he sometimes wished Watt had done a decent job and just killed me.
Killed me.
So he's in your corner, Chris.
He wishes he was dead too. He's got to be hurting.
That's what he said, due to the unbearable pain.
There's not enough pain medicine for me.
Right.
I'm hurt.
You certainly have an uncanny sense of these things.
Kill me. Please kill me.
Right.
I don't know why I think he talks all fucked up, but I just have a feeling.
Well, it adds to the theater of the radio.
It does.
It's the theater of the mind.
Hey, wait a minute. Another scarecrow. Stop the car. Stop your truck. Ouch.
He's like the Tin Man when Dorothy finds him. He goes, oh, oh,
I wish I didn't have a heart. I wish I didn't.
What's he saying? He's saying, kill me.
Kill me. Just kill me.
Kill me.
Man, come and do it again, please. Finish the job.
Oh, man. What's he saying?
Why is my hip flat like a pancake?
Right.
My leg is connected to the ground.
Oh. Judge Keith Cutler told Watt no careful or competent driver would have done what she did, as he jailed her.
Try harder next time.
Watt stared down at the floor and had to be handed a tissue. as
Shit happened to be stronger than his newly formed back.
Right.
Because it's nothing but powder.
Right.
Holy fuck. Why am I laughing at such a horrific story?
It is a horrific story.
And I can't stop laughing.
Prosecutor Christopher Ames told the court Watt had drunk 2 glasses of wine while watching a game of rugby with friends. As she drove home on a dark, narrow lane, she spotted Mr. John lying in the road. The prosecutor said Mr. John had been to a nearby pub with his partner, Diane Ashhill, and her brother, and stayed on to finish his drink after they left. He said the landlord formed the view of Mr. John as a... He said the landlord formed the view Mr. John was not drunk, but was at most a little merry.
A little merry?
He was a little merry.
Yeah, until he laid down and thought that the curb was a pillow.
Yeah.
Then he was squished.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
The pub was in a narrow country lane with high hedges, and which is not much wider than the width of a normal car. Mr.
Right.
John left the pub, and for some reason, which even now remains unclear, he ended up laying down in the road.
Joe, is that really him?
Let me take a look.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I don't think that's him. It doesn't look the picture. I think that was...
Damn it, I can't get up.
I think that's one of Joe's project photos. Can I buy that at his next art exhibit? He looks like Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman? What? I'm Clay and I can't get up. Help me, Jax. Help me.
Jeez. Where's the tattoo off my back first?
The Galindos did this to me. Yema, blow me back up.
Wow. I never thought that this story would go this direction, but okay.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, he just decided he'd take a little nap in the road.
Good plan. Very good plan. Jesus.
Oh, God. The defendant, Mrs. Watt, lived in the local area and had spent the evening visiting friends. She had watched rugby and told the police that she had drunk 2 glasses of wine, no more. She said she was unaffected by the alcohol when she left her friend's house. Mrs. Watt was driving her Toyota Land Cruiser home, and her account is she came across Mr. John lying in the road.
All right, Joe, that's not his sister. That's not his sister. Come on, Joe. If you're not in the chat room right now, you are just not getting 1/10 of this fucking segment.
I think that's the girl that Paul McCartney was singing about. Let's do it in the road.
No, if it was Paul McCartney, she'd be turned around and that fucking tire be running over her leg.
And she'd have a leg missing.
And be looking to date Oscar Pistorius.
Right.
It all comes back to my week.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
Whew. Okay.
I know, I gotta catch my breath.
She thought he was a Guy Fawkes guy or a scarecrow.
Yeah.
And she stopped, got out, and had a look and satisfied herself that he was a scarecrow. And what?
How did she do that exactly?
Well, it was dark outside. It was evening. She got out. She went and thought, you know, what's this dummy laying in the road, and walked out and said, oh, okay, yeah, it's just a scarecrow. Somebody's just playing a prank.
So I can go ahead and run it over?
Well, I mean, they said it was a road that was only wide enough for one car.
Oh, all right.
So she saw it laying in the road and thought, okay, I better stop and check this out.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So she's on this 1-lane narrow road in the middle of the evening.
Right.
Low light. She's coherent enough to realize there's something in the road. She doesn't just barrel over it. She stops and goes, what the hell is that?
Right.
Oh, yeah, somebody just laid a scarecrow in the road. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. I'm going.
Yeah. She thought he...
Boy, that was a lot thicker than a regular scarecrow.
Right. A couple speed bumps there.
Jesus, they must have made that scarecrow out of rocks.
It may be important to remind ourselves that she accepted as she drove over him. She was aware of her wheels going over something as if going over a speed bump. Just like what you just said. The court heard Mr. John, who was an avid cyclist before the incident. He suffered serious injuries and spent 4 months in the hospital.
Yeah. Now he rides that cycle at Walmart.
Yeah, he rides the hover round.
The 4-wheel cycle.
Right, it's one of those scooters.
Yeah. Can you hand me the toothpaste? I can't reach. God damn. This fucking guy.
I know.
But you know what? I'm going to be honest. You know why I don't feel bad? Because I shouldn't feel bad. You went to sleep in the street,
yeah,
stupid ass.
nobody goes to sleep in the road.
Yeah, that's your own fucking fault. Yeah, I don't know why she's in jail for this. I don't get why she did any jail time. That seems like a harsh sentence.
Well, let's find out.
Why would you expect a fucking guy to be asleep in the street? That's just dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
Unbelievable.
He was only found when another drinker from the pub, they love their alcohol over there, heard that she thought was an animal in distress and went to investigate.
Help! Help! Help me! Anybody help me! I've been run over and I can't get up.
He had suffered multiple breaks to his pelvis, crushed vertebrae, broken ribs, a punctured lung, and and a large cut on the back of his head.
I don't know who ran me over, but I heard under my wheels in their stereo. I got hit by Alice Cooper.
Mr. John told the court, I spent 4 months in various hospitals, but I will never again regain the fitness I had before the accident.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, you were laying in the road, dummy.
Yeah, no kidding. You got your sentence.
Yeah. I left the hospital on a wave of adrenaline and euphoria that I would recover, but that quickly evaporated. I think he needs to read Call Me Chris.
Yeah, no shit. Stop being such a pussy. You got hit by a truck. Big deal.
Yeah, you faggot.
Bitch, I took fucking 7 tons of molten metal. I'm still here, fucking pussy.
Yeah.
Deal with it. All you took was 2,000 pounds of truck. Fuck off, pussy.
Now I spend 75% of my time laying down or upside down on an inversion table like a bat to relieve the pain.
That's nice.
Like a bat. The pain level has not been reduced. I do at times have to remind myself I was lucky to survive.
When did this happen?
This happened like last year, but it just came to trial recently.
So he's only a year out?
Yes.
Oh, he's going to fucking hurt for another 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, this happened like 11 months ago.
Dude, you got your fucking bones pulverized. Yeah, you're going to fucking hurt for years while those fucking pins take hold. And then you're going to hurt worse when they have to take them out and replace them. Yeah, your life's fucked, dude. You might want to watch. Maybe you can feel better by getting the cycling channel, because that's about as close as you're going to get to being on a bike again.
Right.
Just stop it.
I do at times think it would have been better for Merriam Watt to have a decent job and have killed me. I met up with some friends recently, and one has a Toyota Land Cruiser. I knew they were coming, but as soon as I saw the same type of car I had been crushed by and the size of it, I was reduced to tears. That was the same car that crushed me.
Are you kidding? Come on. Now, I will openly admit that I definitely had like fire issues for a lot of years. So I could see in essence that this guy might have some sort of PTSD thing, but you would think that would be solved by simply not laying in the street. You know, it's not like he got hit by a car while he was like sitting on his couch, for God's sakes. He got hit by a car when he was laying in the street. I think this guy is making up a little bit of shit here.
Yeah. It was a dark evening. Yeah. He's laying in the street, probably passed out. Do you think he knew it was a Toyota Land Cruiser that ran over him?
I think his attorney found that out and is positioning for the civil suit. That's what I think is going on here. Just a guess.
Yep. Watt of Alton, Hampshire, was convicted of causing serious injury by dangerous driving at the trial.
Mm-hmm.
Representing Watt, David McNeil said his client was sorry for the serious injuries Mr. John had suffered. He added, "This was truly catastrophic lapse in judgment and led to the injuries Mr. John suffered. It's plain the effect this has had on her. It's genuine remorse for what had happened. Yeah. Jailed her for a year. Judge Cutler said, you made a dreadful decision." Mr. John had slipped over and was lying in the road. He slipped over?
Slipped over.
And was lying in the road?
Slept over, maybe.
Yeah.
He saw the stop sign and said, yeah, okay, I'll stop here and go to sleep.
Right. Your dreadful decision was having stopped. You drove your car over him with no care or understanding. No care or understanding. Yeah, I understood it was a scarecrow laying in the road.
Yeah, I understood I was driving on the street. That's what I understood.
Now, if I ran over him while he was in his own bed at home, maybe you had just cause.
Or, I don't know, standing up. I've been driving since I was 15 years old. So that's 35 years now I've been driving. You know what I've never seen in those 35 years? A guy sleeping in the street.
Unless it was John Astronomy.
Well, I never saw that.
Well, he admitted to it.
Yeah, he admitted to it, but even he wasn't in the street, was he? He was in the berm in between.
He laid in the median.
Yeah, he laid in the median, not in the street. I mean, have you ever seen anybody laying in the street of other than these fucking faggot protesters?
No.
You know, I've never seen that. And it's probably late. You know, I'm not thinking this was at 5 o'clock.
Well, that's what I said. It was like evening. So it's dark.
It's dark because they watched a rugby thing and they're all drunk in the bar. So it's probably 9, 10 o'clock at night. And you see a fucking pile of bullshit in the fucking road. You run it over.
Mr. John, you are nothing but a pile of bullshit. So says Judge Aiken.
Why the fuck do you think I got 4-wheel drive at this point? So I can run over this bullshit. Not guilty.
Well, it's clearly she was not drunk because she stopped because she saw something in the road.
Yeah. But this is where she's a dummy. At some point, don't you just go out there and try and like move it? Or
well, I don't know. I mean, maybe she thought, somebody's pulling a prank. Somebody, was doing a good son move, put a dummy out in the road.
Yeah, but dude, if it was you with your car, wouldn't you try and kick it out of the way?
Yeah, but I wasn't driving a high-profile 4-wheel drive either.
I guess. Again, you just shifted that fucking 2-wheel to 4-wheel, lock the wheels, and let's go.
Exactly. Anyway, that was found by a jury to be the decision no careful or competent driver would have taken. You told the jury he appeared to be just a bundle left in the road. You spotted a leg and decided he was just a scarecrow. It is rather chilling to hear him say, in effect, he wished you had done a decent job and killed him.
But whatever he feels has nothing to do with what she did.
Right.
Why is this guy not being held on some kind of accountability for being asleep on the road?
Because this is Europe and they don't they don't hold anyone accountable.
I mean, come on. There should be some part of this that says, all right, you're an idiot, but he was sleeping in the street. Suspended sentence or something. Take her driver's license or something.
Right.
Make her Uber. And make sure the Uber driver isn't afraid of scarecrows. Shit.
Well, it's amazing your uncanny ability to be one step ahead of every sentence in this story.
Oh, really?
The judge also banned Watt for driving for 2 years after she's released and ordered her to take an extended test to regain her license.
Nice. What's the extended test? They're going to put people in the road and see if she hits them?
Scarecrow, real person. Scarecrow, real person.
Bag of trash or bag of person?
Right. Speaking after the sentencing, PC David Mitchell from the Serious Collision Investigation Unit
right,
said this is highly unusual case, but what happened on that night had tragic and far-reaching consequences for the victim. All at times of the year, but especially with the nights drawing in with Halloween and bonfire around the corner, drivers need to be aware of unusual activity. She said somebody threw a scarecrow in the road. Somebody's playing a prank.
She stopped.
Yeah. I wonder if it was wearing blackface.
I wonder if she would have just run it straight over and not stopped, if she would not be in jail.
Well, that's my question, too, because she thought, okay, what am I going to run over here?
Yeah. Is it illegal? And again, I guess this is Europe, so we wouldn't know, but if it was like a deer in the road, is it illegal to just fucking mow it over?
I don't know. Is the deer going to complain to somebody?
No, but I mean, I'm just curious if it's illegal to run this guy over. I honestly don't think, like, if you hit a deer, if you're driving and a deer runs out and you fucking smack it and you kill it, it's definitely not a crime. You don't even get a ticket, do you?
Don't imagine.
I think you just call it in and they come over and pluck it in the head. to be done with it. And scrape the carcass out of the street.
Look at Phil who's in the chat room.
Wow. Now, penis lover, no, that's obviously illegal. You can't do that. That would be wrong.
I think he and Jack are on the same page.
Yeah. But I would say that it would be less wrong if you did it with a black vehicle than a white one.
Right.
If you did it with a white one, then you would get death penalty.
Exactly.
Black one, it might just be overlooked. Because black cars' lives don't matter.
Not at all.
Not at all.
If you see something in the road, it is your duty to ensure it's safe to continue. Well, that's what she did.
Yeah.
She determined it was a scarecrow. The timing of this case serves as a reminder to anyone who gets behind the wheel of any vehicle that they are responsible for all decisions they take as a driver.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
That's something. Holy cow.
I agree with Judge Aiken.
Yeah.
This woman shouldn't have gone to jail.
I don't think she should go to jail at all for this.
Why is this fucking guy laying in the road?
And that's it. And it wasn't obvious that he was a guy, obviously.
It was dark. She got out. She goes, hey, there's some lump in the road. What the hell is that?
He was so disheveled that he looked like a broken scarecrow.
Yeah.
That alone says something. That if she could get out, and this is where I think the story probably is a little bit flimsy, but if she could get out, look at this guy and not fucking figure out that it was alive,
yeah,
then what's the fucking problem? It's a problem to me. Don't run me over again. Oh, this guy.
Yeah, I just don't get that. Does this guy not bear any of the blame at all?
That's what it sounds like to me, is that like he's not, his actions have nothing to do with the sentencing here. And that doesn't seem right. Is there an over-under on how long it takes him to kill himself?
Yeah, he'll off himself because of the pain.
Do you think he kills himself the day she's released?
It's hard to say.
Out of straight fear that she might be driving again. And do they sentence her that she can't drive a big car anymore?
No, it just said she lost her license, and before she can get it back, she has to take extensive driving lessons.
We'll probably have her in a Ford Focus now. No more Land Cruiser for you, hon. What a story.
I know.
Holy cow.
Thought you'd enjoy that.
I didn't think I'd enjoy it that much, though, did you?
Kill me.
Kill me.
Just kill me.
Just finished the job. My jaw's in pieces.
Yeah. Man.
Too stupid. I think you have to play Under My Wheels now, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.